Hi guys. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
We can hear
Clara.
you.
Oh, you guys can hear
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
Nicholas, how are you? Hello?
I'm fine.
Nicholas. You're fine. How
Yeah.
many attendees do we have as at now? How many attendees
12.
do we have as at now? Pardon? Pardon?
12.
12. I think we should give it a
Yes,
minute.
you can go ahead.
More
Just go
people
ahead.
will...
And
Hello? So is it a consensus that you can start now? Si tuko na quorum. Watu wengine wata join today, as you know, was supposed to be or not actually was supposed to be is a sequel of relationships and mental health. And our speaker is from Inuka. A lot for us for this session. So I would like us to go straight ahead and begin. Sirio. Others will continue streaming in as the talk continues. So Clara. Hello?
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm fine. So I think we can just begin.
Okay.
Yeah. For the few who are here, others will keep adding as time goes by. Cindy.
All right. I don't know. The ones who are here, are they able to talk? Because no one really spoke when you said hi. Are they muted?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Clara Gashoki. I am the Client Relations Officer, Inuka Global, and Partnership and Research Officer, Kenya. I'm also trained in the Inuka method. Inuka is a digital mental wellness app. We offer well-being services, so you can just go online, search for Inuka Wellness, and begin speaking to someone. And we deal with all kinds of issues. So if you feel like you want to talk to somebody, just holla at us. We have the app and we also do it on WhatsApp. So let me just read again what the topic of discussion was. And maybe before I read, I was hoping to have an interactive session with you guys, not just me talking the whole time. I think it would have been better if I heard from you what kind of challenges you're going through during COVID, and then we can probably discuss, some of the ways we might want to cope with those, issues that you're going through. So I'm just trying to find my mail. Just a second. I hope I'm not alone. I hope you can hear me. Great. So the topic was relationships, loneliness, and mental health during this pandemic. So it starts with relationships and then loneliness and then our mental health. So I'm a young person, by the way, I'm not very old. I'm probably just a few years older than you guys. So kindly feel free to say to talk to me about what you might be going through. I'll also be sharing some of my own coping mechanisms and kind of my own challenges during COVID, my own relationship challenges during COVID. For the first part of, when lockdown came in, I was totally separated from my people being my family. That's my mother, my sister, and mother, and my nephew. So I was all alone in Nairobi, and they were locked out, or I was locked out. And for the first like maybe 2 months, because I got away to get to them. For the first 2 months, I was solely in the house alone. In the first 1 month, I never even left the house. I was basically in the house 24/7. So that was quite challenging. I was almost going out of my mind, even working for a mental health company. I was also going out of my mind. But even as the session goes on, I'll be able to share with you what I was able to do, to overcome that. So maybe I'll start with a question and ask what, and please don't mind, my nephew will just keep on coming in and out. So sorry, guys. It's called working from home. So maybe I wanted to start with a question and ask, what kind of relationship issues are we getting with this lockdown, with this pandemic, especially to you guys who are in school? At least Wendy did brief me a little, but I'd really, really love to hear from you guys. What kind of issues are coming up? Hello. Looks like I'm alone here.
Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas. Could you please
Yes, I can hear
unmute
you.
everybody's mic? Could you please unmute everybody's mic?
If someone wants to talk, let them raise up their hand and they will be unmuted.
To answer to Clara's question, please raise your hand and share with us.
Okay, hello.
Joshua?
Oh, fine,
Yes.
thank
Hello?
you. Hello, yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I can hear you clearly.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
my
we can hear you.
first question would be majorly on the issue to do with, no, at this moment we are quite distanced, maybe in terms of relationships, and one can really get bored alone at home. So maybe that could also be one of the issues, which on my part I would like to maybe seek your address on. Thank you. That's all on my part.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Yes, a lot of people, not only college people or university people, are going through the same thing. Family members, husbands and wives are really, going through a lot, having been, set apart with the distance. Don't mind the baby; he's refused to leave the room. Yeah. So there, for my part, I think there are times when we feel even our partner has changed because of this long period of being separated. You suddenly feel like how you guys interacted is now different, because now we're interacting on a whole new platform. You're probably calling each other or WhatsApping each other, and it's so it's tough, you know, writing messages and you can't see the facial expression of this person. So you don't know even if they say I'm fine, whether they are really fine or just telling you I'm fine so that you can shut up. You know, it's so tough, yeah. So I was looking at my life and thinking, how do I stay connected? Because that's the one thing during a pandemic that should be on top of the list. How to stay connected with the people we love, or with the people that we, you know, like. So maybe the first thing is looking at how you can spend time together with them. Of course, with the pandemic, you do not really have a chance to meet these people. So what do? In Kenya, I mean, in Africa, we are not used to things like date nights or play dates or such like things. We are so used to meeting for coffee, you know. Just a second.
Hello.
Sorry, guys. It's chaotic here. It's really chaotic. I'm sorry. So I was saying, okay, I think now we're going to get some peace. Hi, all. This is me. So I was saying we are not used to things like date nights or play dates or such like things. But what you might want to start thinking about is how do we engage? How do you engage our partners in a way that we will feel comfortable? So some of the things I've been trying to do is get date nights. So of course, I'm a very busy person. You're also very busy. You're doing your own things wherever you are, but you might want to text your partner, you know, at the beginning of the day and tell them, we can have a date night tonight at 8 p.m. or a chat date today at 8 p.m. or a call date today at 8 p.m. We can also have this so many apps now, you know, where you can play games with your partner. I mean, our organization, we're remote based. So meaning we do not get to meet each other. We don't have an office. So what do we do when we want to celebrate? Sort of, we have this little app called House Party. So you can join in, you, your partner, maybe a couple of friends of yours, and play games in the app, which will, you know, foster a connection. You'll still feel like your partner is together with you, even though they're miles away. Yeah. I don't know whether that might work for anyone. Of course, you will need data bundles, which is now becoming another issue. You know, we are seeing with this social distancing thing. So yeah. I also thought about a lot of FaceTiming. I wouldn't advocate for text messaging because a lot of things are lost in texting, especially when you're fighting. Let's just, you know, go right into fighting, because a lot of times when we are not together with our partners, we might start fighting. You know, we have our own insecurities. We're thinking, oh, probably, you know, my girlfriend has gone back to Kisumu, she's gone back to Nairobi, she's gotten somebody else. Everyone now is at home. I mean, there are so many other guys out there who look nicer than me, who have more money than me. So you might start feeling insecure inside of yourself. So I wouldn't really advocate for texting because, one, if you text me, I'm a very busy person. If you text me and I do not answer immediately, and yet when we were in school, I used to answer almost immediately, you might start thinking, oh, she's cheating on me. Oh, you know, she's bored with me now. She doesn't want to talk to me. But if we set up a date and say, Clara, we are going to be together with you for 1 hour on every Thursday, that is going to be amazing. then we're going to get to see each other this way. And, you know, a lot of what do you call them? Facial expressions will not lie. Yeah. Please ask questions even as we go on. I'd really, really love to hear your thoughts and comments even as we go on. Maybe another thing is exploring conversations that both of you are excited about. A lot of conversations these days go like, oh my God, nilisikia huko kwenu, COVID numbers may increase. You know, and I mean, at the end of it all, you'll really not have spoken about anything, you know, and you'll be like, oh my God, sasa mnafanya nini? Ni kuboeka tu. Huko kwenu kuna baridi, kuna baridi. Sawa basi, wacha nikakamue, bye. You know, but talk about things that you're both excited about. If you're both excited about medicine, in this case, talk about what you've seen in your area, what you're thinking about, a problem you saw and you want to solve, something that can engage your intellect, the two of you. If you had a project together and now it has gone down, because I have friends who had, you know, a project, what was it? A tour kind of thing. And of course, with COVID, that went down. But they keep on, you know, talking about what they're going to do next. They keep on planning. That is very important in relationships, because once you show your partner you're thinking about the future, then even the insecurities that may creep in during this time may be reduced, and may be thinking like, oh, she's still thinking about, you know, life after COVID when we get back together, or we get to see each other again. So, I mean, conversation, not the same old boring conversations. And I don't know whether this recording is PG something, because there's so much that we can talk about in conversations, you know, exciting conversations, not just the regular old things that bore people to death. And then another thing we might want to think about when, you know, talking to people is, you have to understand that with these changing times, people are busy, you know. If I went back to my shags, I'm probably, you know, doing some shamba work somewhere. I'm not always on my phone. And it's sad because we have WhatsApp now, and I can now see who's online, whether they are, you know, online or not. And you might see me online, but really I'm not online. I'm on Wi-Fi. So, you know, my phone is 24/7 online, whether I answer or not. So a lot of overthinking happens. So that's the point I'm bringing in again about relationships. A lot of us overthink things. So you might want to reduce on that. How do we reduce on overthinking? Ask questions. Do not assume, ask questions. So when you're having these date nights, when you're having this phone conversations with your significant other, just ask them, how was your day? How do you feel about me now? I know a lot of us young people are not ready really to hear what somebody else is feeling. You know, it can be a tough thing. If they tell you they don't, you know, like you anymore, what do you do next? Yeah, but endeavor to ask the questions instead of assuming things. We know for a fact that as human beings, we like, you know, filling in information. So if I tell you I'm a young girl, before I opened my video, you were trying to imagine, what does this girl look like? Is she brown? Is she black? Is she fat? Is she thin? You know, you'll fill in information. It's the same thing that happens with relationships. Once you do not ask questions and then you see one thing happening wrong, then you're going to fill in, you know, information about what is happening. You might just think, oh my God, maybe she's leaving me for someone, you know? So I'm just seeing a question now. I'm going to read it. Sometimes there's challenge of network coverage where it becomes difficult to FaceTime. Could phone calls equally be as good? Yes. I'd advocate for, do I answer live? Let me answer live, right? Answer live. So I would advocate for phone conversations. As much as you can't see the face of this person, try as much as possible to have, even if it's 5 minutes of conversation. That's what, 20 bob of Safaricom airtime? Yeah, spare that for probably 2 or 3 times in a week as you text the other times, but try as much as possible not to text about the important stuff. For young people, we text about everything. You might text your boss, your, you know, your, what is it called? Your, what's the word? It just disappeared. Okay, fine. You might text your mother that you're pregnant. Don't text your mother you're pregnant. You know, call her and tell her, Mom, this is what happened. Or don't text your mother and say, well, my girlfriend now has a child. Don't do that. Calling there are things that happen in a call that would not necessarily happen in a message. A message is just flat. If I told you I am pregnant, you wouldn't know whether I am pregnant, yay, finally, or oh my God, I'm pregnant. So in a call, you'll be able to get all this nonverbal cues and translate the message better than when it would be in a text message. Please continue bringing in the questions about the relationship issues that you're having and how possibly you've been able to cope with what you've been going through. Let me see. The third point, for the fourth point I had was get to know your partner all over again. A lot of us will tell us, and this is very true for especially Kenyans, once we start dating or once to make a tia dame, quote unquote, ameingia box, we never really go on knowing this person. But before, when you're katiaing the person, you're really interested to know, what kind of movies does she like? Does she like swimming, or does she like golfing? Does she like pizza? Does she like chicken? But after that, you're like, oh, okay, I already, got her, so no big deal. But how about trying an exercise of getting to know each other all over again? It's like totally new people. So this exercise will be very, very exciting for the both of you, because you're like dating all over again, or you just began dating all over again. So how can you do that? There are quizzes you could do online. You can share quizzes online, see what personality types you guys are, and then discuss those things. They could be very exciting, finding out that Clara is a sanguine. Oh, you didn't know she's a sanguine. Oh, you've been a melancholic. Oh, that's why things happen the way they do. You hardly talk to me. I'm always the one yappy, yummy all the time. So I think if you go online, you will not miss 1 or 2, 3, quizzes that you can do together with your partner to just get to know them better. There's also a very nice book that I like. Can't remember the name now, but if I remember, I'll send it through to Wendy to share it with you, about is it 21 days or something, 30 days or 40 days? I'm not quite sure, sorry. Of knowing your partner. So every day there's an exercise you need to do. Now, of course, this book was set in a time, before COVID. So it's up to you now to tailor make that exercise to fit in the time of COVID. It's about being thoughtful, about the messages that you send. It's about if your girlfriend or your boyfriend, you knew him from before as someone who likes surprises, how about you buy him or her a ticket to an online concert? The other day, some musicians were doing concert. Why don't you buy her a ticket and send her airtime or send him airtime, for a concert like that? And then, oh my God, you can both attend the concert together. So it would be like you're in the same place, but not really in the same place. It's about thoughtfulness. It's about just understanding your partner, about being patient with your partner, because remember I said people are busy, people are struggling in their own ways apart from relationships, and everyone needs their own, have to come to their own, before they even share themselves with you. So I'm seeing another question. What do you advocate for if you don't have common free times? Like some people really don't like phone calls, they prefer texting. How do you get to understand them, how they are, etc.? Good question. So common free times you don't have. That's why I said, maybe at the beginning of the week, you might want to start with, babe, when are you available? Can we have a date night or a call time or whatever it is on this day? Like, so it becomes like a calendar. So you put a pin on it. So, on Friday at 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., it's me and my boyfriend, whoever it is, having a talk or having a chat. It can even be a chat, just you and him, uninterrupted WhatsApp chatting, sending videos, sending voice notes. You guys, you have just got to be creative, yeah? WhatsApp is there for video notes, for voice notes. You can send voice notes. your girlfriend or your boyfriend can make small videos like this, just telling you how much they love you or whatever it is, and send it across to you during the day. It doesn't have to be really a phone conversation. You can have video notes, voice conversations, just anything that will make you feel closer. I realize that there are extroverts and there are introverts. Introverts probably, freak out when they see a call ringing. They're like, oh my God, who's calling? Why are they calling? So much anxiety goes into, oh my God, who's calling? And why do they want, or when a boyfriend has done something wrong and then the girl is calling all the time, oh my gosh, like, no way, I don't pick that call because I know it's only drama. So, it's just trying to find what works for you and your partner, and not really trying to follow through what I'm saying, but, take one from the pool of things I'm talking about and find out what works for the both of you. The goal here at the end of it all is to have meaningful conversations. If those meaningful conversations happen on text for you, then that's good. The only worry with text messaging is you do not quite know what someone means. I don't know whether that makes sense. Yeah. So a lot of times I might tell my boyfriend, I'm happy, but he doesn't. For girls, we're different. Sometimes we say things and we really don't mean them. Like I tell him fine, and he would go like, oh, okay, things are good. Then the next time you're talking, I'm like with attitude, and you're like, oh, we're still fighting. But he's like, I said you're fine. I was like, fine, keep quiet, not like fine, I'm fine, So just try and find what works best for you and your partner. Okay. So I think I'm just going to jump through from the relationship, but please keep the question coming in. I'm going to start, basically talking about how we can connect with ourselves. Remember, we cannot give out what we do not have. So all these things we've talked about giving to our partners or being to our partners, we cannot be those things if we are not those things to ourselves. So how do we manage our own alone time during this COVID? So let me set the stage. You've been in school all this time. So you had a routine, you knew, you have these classes to attend, then you have this extracurricular activities to go to, you have these friends to hang out with, you have, I don't know what you guys did, but now you've been plunged back home. Where is home? I don't know. Probably you have cows, probably you do not have cows, you have a shamba, I don't know. So things have totally changed for you. The landscape has changed. Your duties have changed. Your routine has totally changed. So what do you do? So a lot of times that can really shock somebody because, the body was so used to, or the mind was so used to a particular way of things running, but now those things have stopped and you do not even know when they're going to return. That's the biggest part. You don't even know when things are going to return to normal. So what do you do? For me, I found something that I liked doing. So for you, it could be taking walks. You love nature. So just go on yourself, after a long day or after whatever kind of day you've had, take your legs somewhere. Let them see something. Let your eyes see something. Let your body and soul come together with nature and feel amazing. Instead of getting cooked up in the house. That's the other thing. Now, because we were told we have to stay in the house 24/7, people have been in the house. Like I told you when I began, for the first 1 month, I never left the house. And I can tell you for a fact, I felt like I was going crazy at the end of it. So from then on, I just had to find a group of friends, my friends here, and we just did social distance parties. So we'd go to their houses, sit on the lawn, but, kind of far apart, play music, dance to the music, eat what we are eating, and then someone goes back home. At least from then on, I could feel like I'm coming back to myself again. So find what you like doing. Is it walking? Is it watching movies? But don't watch too many movies. That will mean you're just seated in the house. Do you like vlogging or blogging? Start writing. Find something that you like doing, yeah? Then take time to talk, chat with other people, There's a song that says, no man is an island, right? So no one can stay alone. Even introverts feel some type of way sometimes. So try and find somebody to talk to. You know, a friend, you can text them on WhatsApp, you can send a voice note. I have this particular friend of mine who we almost voice note every day. You know, I talk to people at work, but there's still that feeling of I need to be with someone who understands me, who cares about me. So you can just text them, write to them, call them, voice note them, whichever works for you. Then also another thing could be learn something new. For me, I've taken up learning languages. So I'm halfway through learning Russian. I'm halfway through learning Spanish. I also bought a few games that I play by myself or with my nephew and with my sister. It's just trying to create things in the time that you have, because once you let blankness come into the time that you have, you will start overthinking. What will you be overthinking about? That boyfriend of yours, that girlfriend of yours. Most of the times we do not even think about our futures. Let's be honest, guys. We think about, what is she doing? What is he doing? Is he cheating on me right now? So all those things will come up, when we have a blank check on our time. So try as much as possible to fill in your time, because remember in school you had a routine, yeah? Your time was always filled up with something. So even now as you're at home or wherever you are, try and make sure your time is filled up with something that will not make you overthink about things you shouldn't even be thinking about. Yeah, because sometimes the mountains that we make of things are really such molehills. They're very little things. Yeah, I can see a couple of questions. So before I go on, let me just answer them. How do you restart a friendship all over again after a long time of not communicating in a way that is not annoying or sets up an argument? Interesting. Let me answer that first. First, we have to go to the root of the matter. What happened to this friendship so that it can go, how it went. So as much as, I really don't advocate for people just getting back into my life, like nothing happened. No way. Hold up. What happened? Let's sort that first. Because as much as we want to think about just getting into the relationship again or to the friendship again, that thing that caused it to break in the first place will come up. Whether today, whether 5 years from now, it will come up. And when it comes up, it will blow up badly. So what you want to do is look into the issue, look into the root of the matter first. Say for example, you were talking with Wendy, before, and then something happened and then we went quiet. Wendy might just want to reach out to me and say, hi, Clara, it's been a while. How have you been? Of course, after the niceties, let's just address what happened. So, Clara, it's been like this. I looked at you and you stole my boyfriend or you stole my girlfriend. And, oh, I didn't like the way you were succeeding. Just be honest, I'm a great advocate for honesty. So just be honest about what really happened and then apologize and then begin again. Ask these things. Can we begin again in this relationship? A lot of times, let me tell you guys, people are afraid to reach out. People are afraid to grasp at it, but the fact that you are here and you're telling this person that I acknowledge we had an issue, but I still would like to, have you back as a friend. I am pretty sure 99% of the times they will not say no. If you're genuine, they will not say no. I know I wouldn't. I don't know whether that makes sense and whether you feel answered. Then the next question is, on the issue about introverts, how can one keep on relations and even chats given their silent nature, especially while getting only yes or no to every question? Can be annoying. The yeses and the nos can be super annoying. And my nephew is back. No. So on this issue, I understand that introverts are not just introverts. Introverts are introverts to people they do not know. Will you allow me to just fukuza this boy?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, so I understand that introverts are not just introverts to everyone. Introverts have a group of friends that they really talk. And if I'm from the outside, I'd go in and go like, you actually talk. So how about finding your group of friends, the people that you actually relate with, people that you feel at peace with, people you feel like you can open up with. Yeah, people you feel like you can open up with and begin these conversations with them. Again, guys, I know we are young. I know we do not like, making people feel bad. But if you feel the yeses and the no answers are making you feel bad or they're working you up, just tell the person. Kindly write full sentences. Yeah, I know we are young people. We like putting the K, or the N and not the full thing. That really annoys me as a person. So I'll just tell the person, just write a full sentence or just ask again, yes to what or no to what, so they can write, extrapolate. I also do a lot of voice notes when I don't feel like talking, because also me, I don't feel like talking a lot. So as an extrovert, as an introvert, I know you don't want to keep on chatting for a whole hour. You have nothing to say, honestly, and it's not even your fault. So why don't you do this instead? Take your phone, take a voice note, send it to them, explaining that you even may don't have a lot of things to say, but this is what there is, and this is what there isn't, and that's it. If you want to chat, it's okay. You just chat. I'll reply what I can. Just be very honest, because, like I said, a lot of people are going through a lot of things. And now that we are here, the 18 of us who are here, we'll try and understand. I try to understand people's perspectives, not my own perspective. That is, being selfish, just thinking, oh, hataki kuniongelesha. But why don't you put yourself in their shoes and understand why they don't want to talk to you? Yeah. And give people spaces to be who they are. Just give them the space to express themselves, however much or however little they'd like to express themselves. I think I've answered all of them. I don't know, kindly address more about our loved ones who are introverts, because to date such people need someone with a very kind heart. I don't know whether that was answered in what I was saying. Like I said, we need to really let people express themselves, however much and however little they'd like to express themselves to us. If you are dating an introvert, it's a tough task, especially if you're an extrovert. So you totally do not understand their world, because your world is totally different from theirs. So what you can do is try and engage them, like I said in the previous conversation we had, with things that interests them. So if this extrovert boyfriend of mine is an IT person, I know nothing about IT, but I might want to tell them about, oh, I came across this new program. Tell me how it works. I'm telling you, if that guy likes IT and is an introvert, he's going to talk to you for an hour about the thing that you don't care about. But at the end of it all, you really just connected over something that he likes, yeah? And if he's a wise person, he's going to see, this girl doesn't even like IT. But really, she engaged me for a whole hour and I was telling her about codes and everything. And, so it's all about, let me tell you guys, relationships are not a selfish venture. It is really a giving away of yourself. So you're giving somebody a piece of you as they give themselves a piece of you. What am I saying? As they give a piece of themselves to you. Yeah. So if you go into a relationship thinking, oh, it's me getting, like, us girls, a lot of us girls think, we are getting into relationships because you're getting. No, it's not a getting issue. It is a giving issue. If you get, well and good, and you're supposed to get anyway. So yeah, I think that's answered. I think please follow it up. Ask me more questions. Somebody else said, it's really nice when we have meaningful conversations, but do you think after 4 months of talking on phone or via FaceTime, we might run out of things to talk about, even the meaningful conversations? Good question. So, I mean, even me, I'd be super bored if my boyfriend was always talking about meaningful conversations. And that's why I said, I don't know how PG this conversation is, or is supposed to be, because they are just silly things that you can talk to your boyfriend or your girlfriend about. You know, they don't have to be, you know, the big things you guys are thinking about the future. You can just talk about the silly things that you'd like to do with each other, or yes, let it just end there, because I wouldn't want to go so much into it. It's being broadcasted on YouTube, guys. So yeah, so you don't have to do the whole conversations that are very deep, very meaningful, and questions about life and God, and, you know, where does, you know, our spirit go after. No. Talk about the silly things about, I don't know. I'm not going to mention anything though. Just figure it out yourselves. It's really just finding the fun in your partner. And like I said, getting to know your partner. So let me see, 4 months. How much of these 4 months have you utilized already in knowing your partner? How much? If you had been knowing your partner every new week, you know something new about your partner, you'd be talking about that new thing with your partner, and you'd never run out of that conversation. And I totally understand that there are times you really don't want to talk. And by the way, it's okay not to talk for 2 days with your partner. It's okay. By the way, it's very normal. No one has to talk every time because they're in love. No way. You can even stay a week without talking, you know, just saying hi in the morning and love you in the evening. It's okay, you know, until you really have something to say. But also I'm saying a long period, an extended period of not speaking with your partner may just bring up things, you know. Your partner may start overthinking. You may start overthinking. So to reduce the overthinking, why don't we talk about the silly stuff, the good stuff, the things, you know, things you aspire to do or to be, what you saw today, you know, you went on that walk of yours, or you learned that new language. Why don't you speak with that boyfriend of yours in that new language? Why don't you try teach your boyfriend that new language? I mean, it's all about connecting, yeah, however way you want to connect. So I hope that has been answered. I'm removing it now. There's another question. If someone is to take care of their partner financially while at school, would it be bad to withdraw the finances while at home, considering she may not need it? Well, that is a question that you guys need to discuss, the two of you. I don't know what reason you or somebody was, you know, financially taking care of the partner. I don't know what the reason was. Was it because they were not getting anything from home? Is it that, you know, and then let me put a pin on that. And then people have been at home for a while now. We don't really know the situation at home. Could be that people have been doing better at school and they're doing really, really bad at home. So I think it's a conversation that the both of you need to have, you know, and try and understand where your girl or your man is coming from. And also, if honestly they are the one, or they really love you, they won't pressure you too much to give them finances that you do not also have, because everyone is going through a crunch time right now, you know, whether, you know, you are doing well or not, everyone has just gone down a bit. Yeah, so everyone needs to understand each other. So if this guy or this girl still needs finances, I think it's a conversation you need to have, the both of you. It's not a yes or no definitive answer here. Yeah. Wow, so many questions. I hope I've answered that one. Okay. As an intro, who is probably sometimes held up and busy, such that you are alone time that you really need to relax and recharge and relax, your partner wants time to talk at that time. How can you make them understand how useful your alone time for your peace and mental health, as well that you value your relationship? How do you balance both? Again, to the first thing that I said when we began, have a date time or a date something, you know. If you know for a fact on Mondays to Fridays you're busy, you just want to relax at the end of the day, you really don't want so much talk, why don't you say on Saturday at 10 a.m., babe, we're going to have 2 hours of just chatting on WhatsApp, or 1 hour of FaceTime, or, you know, we're going to send each other silly videos. Or for them to understand, maybe after the end of the day, when you want to relax, why don't you make a video and send it across to them, telling them, good night, I'm going to bed, you know, but I love you, and all these things, you know, whatever things that you tell them. And then move on and then have a date night later in the week. It's like I said, it's really finding a balance. Yeah. So what would work for you, for your girlfriend or for your boyfriend? Because let me tell you, this is a guy who's asked, and I'm going to be on the defensive here because I'm a girl and a girl who likes attention. And I don't even think there's any girl in the world who does not like attention. So immediately my boyfriend or whoever doesn't text or send me a message or anything for a week, I'll start thinking, wow, I think we've broken up, or I think I did something or something. So I think it would be best if you sent them a voice note, a message, just one message to tell them, babe, I'm a bit tired, this is happening, but we'll talk soon. We'll talk on our date. Okay. I don't know whether that has been answered. Please follow it up. If not, we'll discuss. Oh, time is almost
Hello.
up. Hi.
I'm Clara. Hello, Clara. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Someone here has a question.
Okay.
Name is Gakenyi Sam.
Mm-hmm.
To ask your question, you've raised your hand for quite a while now. So yeah, you can go ahead.
Yes, Gikenyi.
Yeah, Gikenyi.
Please go ahead.
I'm asking him to unmute his mic. Yeah.
Oh,
so
hello.
Gikenyi, you can ask your question.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Fine.
I'm very good. So I have this question. My girlfriend is okay, we are in different towns. Like she's in, let's say, Nakuru, I'm in Nairobi. Yeah, so every weekend she's asking me to come over, or she's over at my place, and sometimes you just feel to be alone, but you don't want to disappoint them, So if you go ahead and say that I just want to be alone this weekend, they'll just start overthinking. So what is the right way to go about it?
Okay, like I said, it's very important to set boundaries, because at the end of it all, Clara is an individual person before she shares herself with the next person. Yeah. So it's very important that your girlfriend or your boyfriend gets to know that you're an individual. And I think this is a problem a lot of us young people are having. We feel defined by our relationships. That's why, when we break up or when something happens, we blame ourselves, not really looking at the bigger picture. So I think for you, Sam, what would be best is have a sit down with your girlfriend. And this is not the kind of thing you're going to text your girlfriend, because I can tell you for a fact, if someone told me that on text, I'd overthink 1,000 times. So maybe one of these fine days when she comes visiting, just tell her there are times that, a man just needs to be alone and just have his own time, have his own boys to run around with, just have his own time. And just tell her to understand that and then book a date for the next time. Just don't leave it blank, like, hey, me this weekend, taki kukuona, wacha nikae na my boys, and then you just leave it blank. Just say, babe, this weekend, I would like to be doing something. How about we meet next weekend? Or how about we meet in the middle of the week? Something like that. At the end of it all, like I'm saying, it's all about connection. If you love this person, you want to connect with them in the best way possible. Of course, there's going to be conflict here and there, but that's a story for another day. Yeah. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Sam.
Hello. So there's another question also. Another one asks, apart from this one is one I've received in my inbox.
Okay.
Apart from those people who are connecting, like those who were dating earlier before and maybe broke up before the pandemic, some of them are starting to get back in line. So my question is, this question is, how sure are you that this partner of yours is coming back in line to talk to you, either because they are lonely or whatever, not that they actually love you or anything, maybe just the loneliness caught up with them and then they decided, hey, This one is an easy one. We can talk. Let's talk.
It's true. It's true. I remember when when coronavirus began and lockdown happened, there was this joke going around. Don't fall in love during COVID. It's a lie. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it could be a scam, or no, it could be that someone has self-reflected. Like I said, this is a time to reflect, and people being alone really think about things, and probably they might be able to see where they made the mistake, and so on and so forth. So probably they're genuinely coming back to you because they miss you and they want to be with you, and it could be that they're lonely. So how do we know? We don't really know until it's actually very clear. But what I'd like to say is, above all things, guard your heart. Even as they're coming back to you, be very careful. Once bitten, twice shy. We all know that saying. So how about we just tread very carefully, even as you're getting into relationships, because it's a tough time. I think everyone has heard about guys who are committing suicide because of relationships. Guys are going into depression. Guys are getting into addictions because of relationships. So why don't we just tread very carefully, even as we're getting to know new people, even if you're getting to know the old ones. Let's just tread very, very carefully. Of course, not necessarily pushing them away altogether, really listening to them, trying to understand them, but also protecting ourselves. I don't know whether that has been answered.
Also, one last one.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
One last one.
Mm-hmm.
Another asks, on your road to acceptance that maybe it was not your fault, that maybe someone broke up with you, or someone did this, or someone cheated, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What are the key things someone should do, especially in this time alone? They have no one to give them a pep talk or whatever. So how should someone go about that in their journey to realizing that it's actually not my fault? This guy did this. This guy left me for this reason. Yeah.
Okay. There are so many reasons people leave people. Some toxic, some not. And it's a good thing that the person who asked realizes that it's not all the time that you're going to have someone to, give you a pep talk or talk with you or have a webinar like this.
Yeah.
So what I'd tell them is seek counsel, talk to someone. And a lot of times as young people, we do not really have people to talk with because we've not cultivated relationships and honest, platonic relationships. They're not there. If it's with a girl child, it's probably about sex or about something you're getting from them. If it's with the boys, it's just something sinister. I mean, it's not like Kitambo when people had platonic relationships. However, that's where an app like ours comes in. We have, people 24/7 who listen to you and then guide you through things. A lot of times you're coming out of relationships very, very hot. People who are narcissists to us, people who broke our self-esteem, people who betrayed us, so we are feeling so broken. So if you feel like you would need to speak with someone, you can just get on Inuka and someone can, hook you up with someone you can chat with live anytime at the comfort of your home. If you have, maybe if you're close with your auntie or your mother, someone who has your best interest at heart. Let me just say that again. Best interest at heart, because you might go to your friend who will be actually happy that you're hurting. Okay? And so the advice they give you will be just to get you more deeper in issues. So how about finding a neutral friend or someone who really cares about your well-being to talk with about the issues you're going through? Yeah. And then I can imagine with the loneliness that comes with this pandemic, you might start overthinking. That's the other thing. You might start thinking, oh, this boy left me because I'm dark. I mean, he's gotten a girlfriend who's lighter. Oh my God, no. Talk with us, talk with me, talk with somebody else. And yeah, we'll help with your healing journey. All right. I don't know whether there are any more questions. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. Are there more questions?
So it seems like there are none.
Mhm.
It seems like everybody. Oh, one more person has a question.
Okay.
Just
Yes,
coming
Team
up.
Brian.
Let me. Yes.
Yes. So hello.
Hi.
So okay, some of us are in positions where we're not really that free to move around. Okay, some of us still stay maybe with our parents, and they're the strict kind where like now that there's corona, don't move around and things like that. And maybe our partners live far away, so like going to where they are or them coming to see you like would be a really important thing or a big deal. So now it's been like 4 or 5 months, and maybe it could go longer possibly with the way the cases are. So like it's sort of changed to become a long distance kind of relationship, which most of us are not prepared for, had never really thought about. So I don't know, in your opinion, like moving forward, or even if this thing continues, maybe until you're told like we can get back to a position where you can go to school or go back to quote unquote normal, maybe next year. Do you think relationships can still survive with such conditions?
Wow, yeah. And I say yeah because I'm a big believer of relationships and putting in the work. I think what a lot of young people don't know or don't want to do is put in the work. We've been shown a Hollywood kind of relationship or romance that is really boy meets girl, girl falls in love, and then they live happily ever after. We never really talk about the work that you have to put into that. So yes, long distance relationship have been working, pre-corona, from before time, kings in Games of Thrones and all those kind of lives, they went to war and they still found their queens waiting for them. So it's all about putting in the work, trusting people, trusting your partner will not screw you over, quote unquote. But this, of course, will have to be in communication. Communication is key. I cannot even stress that enough. Communication is key. Speaking your truth is key. Speaking and just being honest and raw with your partner, it's very key, because immediately you start hiding things from your partner. Even if they don't break up with you, you will break up with them, even if you don't want. Why? Because you'll start resenting them because of the things you feel inside of yourself. But if I tell my boyfriend or whoever, I honestly feel like we are drifting apart, what do you think we can do about it? It doesn't mean because I feel we're drifting apart, we are actually drifting apart. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying, but we might want to do something about how I'm feeling. So what? Let's call our friends together, in the app called House Party, and let's have a house party. Let's play a few games. Let's do a quiz. Let's discuss something. Let's call each other. Let's go on a concert together. Let's do something together, because this, being so far apart makes us feel like we are alone, and we're not. We're in a relationship, and a relationship is not a place. It's a heart thing. So yeah, it's about communication. It's about trust. It's about commitment. It's about doing the work. I don't know whether I've answered you, Team Brian.
Yes, thank you.
Great. All right. I think there was one more thing I was supposed to talk about, but I don't know, Wendy, with this time, whether it's okay or we can just do that some other time.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can just go right ahead.
Okay. So I was going also to talk about the risks of long-term loneliness, which are, of course, stress, depression, anxiety, which now become mental health issues. And all together, if that happens, that means you need drugs or you need therapy or you need, so you might want to not feel lonely. So all those things that we've talked about will be able to cure, quote unquote, our feelings of loneliness. However, a few things we might want to do to cope with loneliness is, attend online social gatherings. Like I talked about the concerts, the events, the webinars that we're having now, getting to interact with other people who are like-minded. And then keeping a routine, like I said, let's try and keep a routine. If you don't have a timetable, just try and make a timetable. Say, I'll be waking up at 6 in the morning, taking a walk, or doing the house chores, then watching a movie, then in the afternoon, like take a walk to the shopping center or whatever. Then in the evening, come, just try and make something that, you can look forward to, like the way you used to look forward to things in school. Then talk to someone about what you're going through. A lot of us are really keeping quiet about things that we're going through. So like I said, we are here for you as Inuka. We are giving out free services, free WhatsApp chat services, and you can even send voice notes. And you will talk about anything under the sun with certified wellness experts. So don't die in there feeling terribly. Just talk to someone. If it's not us, just find a friend you can speak with, about whatever thing that you're going through, and someone will be able to help you. I'm seeing a couple of questions here, so let me answer. What can we do about our introverts who think we are being too much in relationships? I'm imagining this is extrovert asking what we can do about our introverts who think we are being too much in relationships. Wow. Understanding yourself and him understanding you and you understanding him will help you better relate with each other. And that's why I said, after you guys mlingia box, have you tried to get to know each other again? Trying to understand what this person is about, who this person is about. And like I said, you can have the online tests done together, and you can see the results and you can read about the results, and then you might be able to understand your partner better, and they may be able to understand you better. So it's an issue of talking and understand each other. I don't know whether you've been helped. There's another question here. It says, how can we make them understand that our extrovert, it's the same question, sorry. How can we make them understand that our extrovert view of relationships is very difficult? Like they will always want their me time. So you find it difficult for extrovert to cope with that. Now, my dear extrovert like myself, let me just say this. You are your own person before you get into a relationship with anybody else. So like I said, what are you doing in your alone time? Why are you feeling the need to always be in his space? Say, for example, let me give an example of myself. I dated a man once who said he was always busy. He was sincerely, honestly always busy. And he used to text me at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning, I'm asleep. I am so asleep. By the time I get that message, it's at 8 in the morning. And when I answer it, he's asleep. So our times were like this. So it went on for a time, and I had to just sit him down and tell him, look, I understand you are an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I need attention. I need to write to you. I need to tell you things. I need to do voice notes to you. He never sent me a voice note even once. And all these things were really getting on my nerves, yeah? But he understood that this is who I am, and I understood this is who he is. And so what I used to do is send him my messages when I could, and then he'd answer whenever he was ready to answer. That would have been a week from now, and it used to get really on my nerves, but it's called a learning process, because at the end of it all, we're not the same people. I am not like you, you're not like me. So if we were all the same, it would be very boring, yeah? So try and understand your partner, that they honestly want their alone time. They honestly want to be quiet. They honestly do not want to talk. You can, go on and talk. It's okay. When they are ready to answer, they will answer you. Try also to find other friends apart from your partner. Friends that you can actually talk with, who are not introverts. Yeah, people that you can engage with, so that you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm all alone. I have a boyfriend, yes, but he doesn't talk to me. Find somebody else or some other people that you can be free with and talk with and who are extroverts like yourself. I hope that's answered. I think that's answered. Let me go to the next question. How can we reach you? Let me see. Let me type in. I hope everyone will see this. So everyone, I hope, can see that. So you can go to app.inuka.io and you can register there. My number is on the customer service number at below. So you can totally just text that and you'll be getting me. The next question is, how do you deal with partners who are indifferent to a number of things like reading, taking such online tests, or social fun gatherings? Ah, okay, interesting. So what you can do in that case is find out what are they interested in. You know, not everyone likes the fun stuff. There are other people who like nature, taking walks. So maybe you can do a a video call with you walking together in the, in nature. Or you can walk and they can walk, and then you can have a little voice note together, or a voice call together, or a video call together in nature. It's just finding, like I said, your own fit. Not all these things will apply to everyone here, but you can pick a few things that you feel and you can discuss. That is the most important thing. Don't just go and bombard your boyfriend or your girlfriend with things. Discuss, ask them, what do you think about this? Might you want to try this with me? Do you think this might be fun? Let's do this, and try and keep an open mind. Yeah, because you're all different. Myself, I'm a very outdoorsy person. My boyfriend or whoever might not be very outdoorsy. He might just want to sit in the house and watch movies. So we just strike a balance, we watch movies for 2 hours, you take me out for a couple of hours as well. That happens. So it's about compromise, communication, trust, and understanding. I think all the questions are done. Hello, Wendy?
Hello. Okay, yeah. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, so I think all the questions are done. I would like to very much thank you for attending this session. The number was a bit low. The attendance was a bit low compared to those who registered, but I think it's because there's a class that got an impromptu class, yeah. So basically, I'd like to thank you for attending this session. Thank you very much for all those insightful things you have told us. You strike a balance with your partners, you guys. And I would like to be very, how do I say this? I would like to really appreciate our partnership between MSACE and Inuka. You guys are very accommodative of us. So I think that marks the end of our talk today. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. And anyone is free to leave once they are done, unless Nicholas has something to say. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas.
Yeah, nothing from my side.
Okay, so I think we can end the meeting here now.